Iconic comic books are filled with page-turning twists and turns. Keeping the vintage books safe from all types of weather could be a mighty task, though. Vincent Zurzolo is co-owner of the world's largest vintage comic book dealership, Metropolis Collectibles, and is joining us this morning. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's first talk about the best way to store these.
Okay, so what we want to do is we want to try to bring down the acid levels. Comic books are old paper, usually made of very cheap paper, and so what we want to do is we want to protect them and we want to make sure that they're going to last as long as possible.
Okay.
So we're trying to use acid-free backboards, acid-free Mylar bags, and we're going to keep them stored in acid-free boxes.
Okay.
So once you do that, you're bringing the alkaline level up and you're bringing the acid level down, and it's trying to just slow down the aging process.
Just like the human body. You don't want to be too acid, you don't want to be too alkaline.
Right,
okay,
right.
so what's the worst weather? Is humidity the biggest problem for these comics books? Or
I would say absolutely humidity. You don't want moisture getting in contact with your comic books, but there's also the fluctuation. Sometimes we'll get a comic book collection that somebody found in an attic and in New York City, and it went from high temperatures to very low temperatures, and when you have that situation, you have the aging process accelerated.
Okay.
So you have the paper getting brown, getting tan, getting brittle, and that's the worst thing you could possibly have for a comic book.
Okay, so what do you have to protect our comic books then
So
here?
right here is a Mylar bag and board, and what you can do with that is you keep your comic book stored in that, and what it'll do is it'll keep everything protected, it'll keep it safe. It also has an open lip at the top, so it allows air to breathe in there. So you want the air to go in and out of the comic book. Those are silica gel caps that
moisture.
You keep like in a coat when you buy a coat. You keep it in the box and it just keeps the moisture down a little bit.
Don't eat them.
Yeah.
All right, and we only have 10 seconds left. This apparently is the most expensive comic book. I'm terrified to touch it. I'll somehow break it.
This is a CBCS graded Amazing Fantasy 15 first Spider-Man, worth $20,000, signed by Stan Lee.
Wow. Thank you, Vincent.